Hi. Hello. I was going to do something different today, but things have changed. I have information to show you. So, so there have been things I've learned. I've made a major discovery. I was fully intending to play Planet Side 2 today, as I usually do, but recent testing has emerged an important thing. Allow me to demonstrate coolant. Cold coolant. We have not had cold coolant in months. All right, so what's this change? It turns out that if you put a thing called a heat exchanger on a Greg Tech thing that can hold fluids in it, and then you put water next to it, and then you put hot coolant in, it will turn into cold coolant. So now we have cold coolant. We have renewable cold coolant. We can take the coolant, use it, and then unuse it. And this means we have access to so much more power. Let me complain about something before we continue on. You want to know how I learned this? I learned it from here. Don't see it? Here, let me show you. Oh, sorry, did I say here? I meant. Actually, where is it? I've lost it again. Here, this one. The heat vent, hidden behind coolant, hidden behind the cooling Canthal, make an advanced chemical bath quest. Now, obviously, I had coolant already because I needed to make the advanced coke oven, so I never even triggered this quest yet. And yet, it holds the secret to my continued operation. Who knew? Anyway, now that we have that, we can do a lot of liquid cooling of warm objects with chemical baths. It's now real. It's now possible. We can do it. So what do we cool? Well, my immediate first thought is Canthal, because that's an important thing we need. I didn't actually bother to think of what else we might want cooled. So let's just look up hot ingot and see what we got. Zirconium, thorium, californium, calcium. Calcium? I mean, you can't chemical bath that, but I guess there's a hot calcium for some reason. Doesn't even look like it's used. Weird. Anyway, what else? Bariton, ruthenium, rhodium, ruderite, high durability compound steel, edemic steel, adamantium, zircaloy 2 and 4, extremely unstable, naquara ingot, atomic separated catalyst, magnesia, steel, well, not our steel, other steel, lithium chloride, signalium. There's actually a lot, and I guess it's more of a matter of. But we got Canthal. We can cool Canthal. Canthal is important. Once we get a medium voltage chemical bath, we can cool Canthal. And in theory, we could make more Infernal Brick for more advanced coke ovens, even though we don't really need any more. This one's doing just fine, and our real bottleneck is tree. So what else has happened? Regular updates have occurred. You may have noticed here I've added a dedicated centrifuge to the ash conversion so that they all just turn into the various dusts from the ash. That's just a sort of way to have a better output from the benzene production that we could theoretically use. Electrolyze some of these, get a lot of water, calcium, even some iron if we want. It's pretty good. I'm currently just running through the backlog of ashes that got stored up over time. It was basically a single chest full. Speaking of dedicated machines, we've got a dedicated oxygen making electrolyzer. Takes in water, electrolyzes it, dumps out the oxygen into here, which then goes into the electric blast furnace and arc furnace. It also makes nitrogen, which is then put into this fluid uncanner to be voided out into oblivion, and then the empty container goes back to electrolyze more water. It's really slow, but it works. We want water. We want the oxygen for things. We can use the arc furnace almost indefinitely, and the electric blast furnace has I'd say about one stack of steel or material producing, like 64 kiloliters of whatever we need. And then it'll have to reload, which takes forever. But it works. And it's a start. Also, the major personal production improvement is a medium voltage fluid extractor and a medium voltage fluid solidifier. I can now take most material, melt it, and then cast it into whatever shape I want. This makes making complicated things a lot easier. Rotors, easy. Pipe, easy. Gear, easy. Casings, easy. I just bring in the ingots and bring out the material. So I feel pretty good about that. Ah, I see new logs have just entered the log machine. Very good, very good. So now that I've started and the camera is rolling and I am here and you're here, I don't expect anything exciting to happen, but we can work on further production. I guess our goal for today is to make the chemical bath and start cooling some Canthol. Actually, how do we make Canthol again? Canthol is iron, aluminum, and chrome. We can mix the dust, iron, aluminum, and chrome, mix Canthol. How much chrome do we have? Well, there's chrome in the stainless steel, but where do we get chrome? Chrome ore, which we can get in nowhere. I assume we'll need to take it out of an existing material. Nitrochrome, chromium dioxide, ruby. Okay, so it's a gem dust. Chromite, potassium dichromate, vivid alloy, vibrant alloy, uvaruvite, stainless steel, of course, red fuchsite, ultimate, chromo aluminoprovidate, and we're back to the beginning. Okay. So, chrome, we need a bit of it to make the Canthol. According to my research, we have 8. Fantastic. Well, if we can find some ruby dust, we can work with that. Hey, we do have a lot of ruby dust. What's the most efficient way to turn this into chrome? We can blast furnace it into alumina dust, which we don't want. Alloy with nether quartz to make aluminosilicate. Nope. I guess it really is just 6 ruby dust for 1 chrome. It's not easy to get, huh? What does this say? Chrome can be centrifuged out of ruby. You can get ruby dust from redstone if the ruby in redstone veins isn't enough. Wait, how do I get ruby from redstone? How does that make sense? Ah, hello, Rem. How are you doing? Lark has arrived. You do not get to see the message because it's a subscription message, which still haven't fixed that bug. Thank you for joining for the dust era. We're trying to figure out how to get ruby dust out of redstone. There's a transformer, dust washer. I don't think we can use this. This is insane voltage. Maybe forge hammer. Nope. Lathe? Nope. Wait. Maybe. No. Centrifuge. Okay, you can centrifuge 10 redstone to get silicon, pyrite, ruby, and mercury. Bit expensive, but it works. I will simply use the ruby dust I have so far. And I hope that goes well. So, chrome is ruby electrolyzed. Go forth. Of course, it's medium voltage. No worries, no worries. We have medium voltage somewhere. I can simply get it and put it in the machine. In fact, I have this medium voltage area over here, technically. But I'll just use plug it into the side of this technology. I assume I don't need ruby dust for anything else. Alumina dust, don't care. Mix it into energium. Alumina silicate sounds important. Oh, right, it's a thing for cupronickel. That was the alternate route. Yeah, I don't think it's important. Actually, let's try and figure out how much canthal we need. We're using canthal for this because we do not need it in the pyrolysis oven. So let's do the math. We have 16 cupronickel coils. We're going to need 16 canthal coil. Math time. So 16 means 16 times 8 canthal wire. 16 times 8 canthal wire means 16 times 8 canthal ingot. 16 times 8 canthal ingot means 16 times 8 canthal hot ingot. And 16 times 8 canthal hot ingot means 16 times 8 canthal dust. And 16 times 8 canthal dust means 16 times 8 divided by 3 chrome dust. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the whole number. Oh well. But that is a lot. That's almost a stack of chrome. I don't know if we have a stack of chrome, to be perfectly honest. We may need to get more. Fortunately, that brings us to our other superpower, mining. I have learned to love the automatic drilling technology that we have available to us. You just take a mining drill, bunch of mining pipe, a chest, a gas turbine, and a large cell of benzene. Go to where you want, put it down, just wait for it to go. And it'll dig everything up. So if our major way of getting chrome is ruby, and the major way of getting ruby is redstone, and redstone veins with rubies in them, then I say we strip mine a ruby vein or a redstone vein. Meanwhile, put that there. So that's 60. This is... waiting for it to activate. $30. The complexity of modded Minecraft is going quite well. I am gaining technology, and although I had a few run-ins with brick walls, I've recently made a breakthrough and now have an actual, like, concrete, perceivable goal, which I can now take and use to my advantage. I'm going to steal some benzene. I'm going to steal... well, actually, I'm going to clean my inventory first. Get out of here. I'm going to go drill out some ruby. Three walls. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm just going to be bringing along that whole entire thing. 102. Yeah, I'll break it. Put in there. Get that, go. Yeah, I broke the wall. It just took a bunch of, like, Luigi side beats to do it, and now we're there. Okay, mining pipe. Gas turbine. Mining drill. Got the iron chest. Let's go. Wait. Leap. Yeah, we're ready for this now. So, thanks to previous surveys, I believe we should be able to get a reasonable amount of redstone right in our backyard. This provides us a bit of bonus benefit because it means we don't have to babysit. Just to check, this is redstone. Yes, it is. Bit high up. This is the one I've sort of pre-mined by myself manually back in the day. So here's the center. Where is the dungeon? Because I think if we enter via the dungeon, we'll be able to save some digging. And, okay, this is the entrance to the dungeon. It's a bit forward relative to where I want, so dig. Oh, hey, rubies. That's a good sign. This up so I can see and you can see and everyone can see and people can use their eyeballs to perceive the environment around them. Always a benefit. Perfect. All right. Step 1, chest. Step 2, drill. Step 3, gas generator. Step 4, mining pipe. We are above Y64, right? No, we are not. Now we are. Get down here. Mining pipe in there. Is my miner's backpack full? Yes, it is. Why is there cells in here? Why is there a steak sandwich in here? I packed lunch. Okay, set that into there, set that into there, right click normally, set this to item auto output, go into here, drop in some benzene. Dig a little hole here to watch it go. Nice. Cool, great. Let's dump our random materials for mining in here. Just some random unprocessed nonsense. Just to give the illusion that it was mined here. Yeah, I'll keep the rest of it. I'm taking out that steak sandwich, though. Think. All right. That'll go. That's reasonably close to where we are. Hopefully it should stay within chunk loaded range. I forgot how many chunks away things stay loaded. Actually, looking at the map, I wonder if we can dig into our home. I think geographically we are above our home right now. If I dug straight out, I would reach the hole. We're still a few blocks above it. Still above it. I think something just exploded in reality. That's probably nothing. IRL explosions are no issue. I am not under attack by anyone. Okay, so Ruby production is underway. Chrome concept is underway. In the meantime, if we're going to be cooling this Canthal, we still need a medium voltage chemical bath. So let's build one of those. That should just be a easy, simple case of boring tedium. So what do we need? Chemical beta? No. All right, so 2 good electronic circuits. We have those already. Medium voltage machine hull is easy. 2 conveyor modules and a pump. Pump is going to require rotor, screw, rubber rings, motor, steel pipe, and cable. Conveyor belt's going to need 2 motors, cable, and rubber. Then 2 glass. Easy. Tedious, but easy. So let's just run the numbers here. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 motors. And then a bunch of other stuff I can very easily get. And it doesn't need to be annealed, that's fine. Okay, 5 motors, we can do that. That's going to be 5 steel. Oh wait, I just realized I don't need to lathe it. I can do that here. I should lathe 1 because I have these. Oh no, wait, that's ashes. Never mind. I thought that was small steel. Put that in there, why don't I? Do I have just 2 small steel lying about randomly, just awkwardly being inconvenient? Yes! So forget the rest of this steel. I'm going to use my fluid extraction powers. We don't need 5. We don't need 5 steel ingots. We only need 2 steel ingots. And 2 small dust. Oh, wait. Oh, right. You're not allowed to combine small dust. If you could circumvent the need for a blast furnace. Fine, fine. I will lathe 1 iron ingot. Steel ingot. That way I'll have a multiple of 4, and I'll be able to combine that all together to make a whole entire dust and then turn it into an ingot later. Meanwhile, though, that in there. Rod mold, go. This is very slow. Moving on. Okay, get that dust there. That dust is in there. We got run. Run. We got run. Now we're going to need 10 aluminum. But this one, I think, should be an easy molten job. Fluid extractor does work medium voltage. Does work medium voltage. Cool. Steel rods are done. Put in 5 aluminum right here. Makes the rods. Excellent. We have 5 steel rods. The aluminum rods are being made. We want to polarize these. Wire mills set to... What do we actually need? Motor. Rotor. Motor. Ah. 2x Cooper nickel. You're trying to trick me. Oh, wait, we need a lot. It's 4 each, and we need 5. We need 20. We don't have enough Cooper nickel. Well, I'll put the 16 I have in there already, and then combine some copper and nickel. I'll just go 12 and 12. No real reason. Just a number. For our not our blast furnace, our alloy smelter. Fluid extraction done. 10th aluminum rod about to be complete. We have 5 copper cables. I could buy more, but I also want to demonstrate my technological prowess. Let's see here. 5, 16, 4 more. So, cables in here. Well, that's a... Oh, wait, there's a line at the wire mill. I can't do this. So it's 5 motors. We're going to need 10. Yeah. Do I have a wire mold? No, I do not. Yeah, I'm just stuck waiting. And since I'm stuck waiting, I will actually just buy the cables like a chump. Give me that. Go here. Scroll. It's a bad habit, but I keep doing it. It's just so convenient. And we're still waiting on the dang Cooper nickel wire. I'll start prepping the system. 5 here. Most of it in place. 10. 10. Now we're good. Electric motors complete. That's all 5. Now we need the rubber. 12 rubber needs to be in plate form so that we may turn it into conveyor belt. There's also a need for a rubber ring. The conveyor is done. Now it is simply the pump. The pump will require... It's bronze rotor, right? For medium voltage. Yes. Electric motor, rubber, steel fluid pipe, bronze rotor, bronze screw. Okay? Easy. Because I've got a fluid extractor. Accidentally started casting it. You really got to be more careful with your molds. And then do we still have enough for a screw, please? Yes. All right, fantastic. Assembly machine will be prepared for this. Where's the rotor? Did I leave the rotor in there? I feel a little bit like I'm rushing. Wait. Steel fluid pipe. I might have a spare. I do not. No worries. I'm pretty sure a steel fluid pipe is equivalent to 3 ingots. Yep. Steel fluid pipe check. Motor check. Now we need the rubber ring. Do I have ring technology here? No, I do not have a ring mold. Something I should probably think about in the future. Fortunately, I just have spare rubber rings lying around. What else? What am I missing? The cable. Good, got a pump. Next up, the medium voltage hole. We can start bending that. I'll also bring over the 2 good circuit. There, that looks good. Hole goes here. 2 glass circuit up here, maybe. I'm guessing I could just look. Yes. Now I need glass. I actually ran out of glass recently, but I prepared for that by making molten glass. Container, put a lot of that back just to keep the inventory light. Inventory management is my greatest weakness. So, hypothetically, I should just be able to do this twice. Oh, that's much faster than I was anticipating. Well, we got 3 glass for the price of 2. That in, put that in. We got 2 cables, but we are going to need a little bit of polyethylene. From my local polyethylene machine. Okay, polyethylene in there, medium voltage hull, 2 circuits. Make that hull. Good. Here. 1, 2. Conveyor, pump, cable. Chemical bath created. Now I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. This might just be the medium voltage room. So let's put that there just to pass the time. I can also probably get the credit for doing my coolant stuff. So we need 8 coolant cells. That is extremely easy. I have 32. Moving on back to the lab. Take those. Give me my credit. There we go. Put it all back in. And for bonus points, crowbar the heat vent. Put it back on. Easy. Now that I have a dedicated location for dealing with the chemical bath, or at least somewhere where I expect to put it vaguely, I can move this tank full of the coolant into this room. Maybe make like an automated heat exchanger for this. All right, as much as the urge to be entertaining when there's like a total of 5 people here is compelling, I'm going to slow down so I don't just trip up in panic. So, now that we're officially calm, we've got a chemical bath. I can dig into the ground and cheat by using the cable that already exists to save money. We can now put stuff in here. I don't have anything to put in here yet because we haven't built the Canthal. Now it's probably a good time to check on the mining operation. Finding the entrance to this dungeon is always surprisingly difficult. There we are. Wrong way, but torch for consolation prize. How's it doing? Halfway down. How's the rewards? Whoa. Oh right, the we're digging into the dungeon. I didn't think of that. And we've only really just started getting to the redstone. Maybe we should take some of this stuff with us, just to ease the inventory. A lot of stone, some gold, silver, copper, iron, redstone, cinnabar. Not much actual ruby. I mean, we have, like, actual rubies. But I need dust. 4. 4 is all we get. Starting to feel that we may be experiencing difficulties gathering all the ruby we need. Who knew chrome was going to be such a problem? Unless... Because one of the things you do with ruby dust is you autoclave it into ruby not dust. Or at least that's what I thought you did. Oh, no, wait, it's laser engraving. That's right. You laser engrave things into larger things. So maybe a large ruby consists of a lot of dust in it because it's made out of a lot of smaller material. So if we macerate an exquisite ruby, we get 4 dust. Lathe it, and we get 2 and a ruby lens, which can macerate into even less. But centrifuged ruby ore makes ruby dust and red garnet. Wait, red garnet has... Okay, no, it doesn't. Chipped ruby makes small pile. So there is logic to this. The better the ruby, the more ruby dust we get out of breaking it. But it takes an entire ruby to get 1 dust, and only then do we get more per. Flawless rubies give 2, and so on. So it does seem like our best option for chrome specifically is not to rely on our ruby supplies, but to sift it out of our redstone. Is there a way to more reliably get redstone? Well, the redstone. It makes cinnabar, but it's mostly just redstone or glowstone or rare earth. So we're stuck dealing with it at the redstone level. Nitrochrome might exist, like as a material. Then again, maybe not. Yeah, no, it's just nickel and chrome. So where's chrome? From chrome, we get it. From manganese? What? We can get chrome from manganese. And ruby ore, of course. Uvarovite, red fuchsite, and... Okay, so the chrome ore is unavailable to us. It literally is on other planets we can't reach. Manganese, though. Okay, yeah. Raw manganese also not here. So chrome dust is going to be a byproduct of specifically macerating other things. Ruby, there's a good chance. Chrome stuff. Or we split it out of other things that exist. Nitrochrome, of course. Canthol, of course. That's just circular reasoning. Yep. Okay. Looks like our best option is truly just electrolyzing redstone. Or electrolyzing ruby. And ruby is acquired from electrolyzing. No, not electrolyzing. Centrifuging 10 redstone. Great. All right. Oh, hey, ruby ore. Thinking about all of the future high voltage stainless steel that we will hypothetically need in the future, the acquisition of chrome scares me. I don't really know how to do it in bulk. It might be the thing where we get the high voltage, squeeze every last bit of chrome into rocket power, then use space travel to get chrome from the source. Because, like, I'm worried I'll have to burn through all of my redstone supply, which is small, and all of my ruby supply, which is also small, just to get a tiny bit of chrome. Like, all of that, and I have 10. And a lot of alumina. Not like I'm using ruby dust for anything else right now, though. May as well just take all of it. Well, with 10 chrome, what can we do? Maybe I just did my math wrong somewhere, and this will actually be okay, I hope. Oh, here's the way to make it good. Make 16 canthol and get 16 canthol. I'll do that. Wants me to build an MV energy. Right, because canthol requires high voltage electric blast furnace shenanigans. So that means that I can't even do any of this right now. I need to first go around the side and do ultra low power ICs in order to make the hatches, in order to put them on this. All right, so we're not as close as I thought. I do have a lot of stainless steel though. I could electrolyze it or centrifuge it, whatever is appropriate, to get the chrome out of it. That's an option, because I did just manage to luck into some stainless steel fluid pipes, which I then arc furnaced to my convenience to get the ingot. Okay. I believe we have everything we need to make the hatches. What do we need? Medium voltage coil is simply aluminum wire and magnetic steel in a medium voltage assembler. Okay, we do not have medium voltage assembler. We're working on it. Outside of that, it's pump, lubricant, which is distilled oil, which I guess we could make somewhere. We do have some spare oil. The distillery is currently being used for stuff. We might have a low voltage distillery we can use. Yeah, we can simply make it there. All right. Lubricant easy, thunderstorm pouring. The big ticket item is the ultra low power integrated circuit. Or imprinted circuit, whatever IC stands for. That is a medium voltage cutting machine, which we do not have. I can buy more copper cable. Advanced cutting machine is a diamond saw blade. Nothing new, except for the saw blade, which is cobalt brass gear. Cobalt brass itself being something. Cobalt brass is simply the combination of, I assume... Oh, that's actually a little more complicated than I thought, huh? Maybe it's made by dust. Okay. 7 brass, 1 aluminum, 1 cobalt makes cobalt brass. Or 9 of it. And backing up, we need 1 gear's worth, which is... I don't know exactly what number that is off the top of my head, but it's less than 9. In fact, if I've made cobalt brass before... might have. Because isn't this the same thing that the cutting machine was made for low voltage? Yes! But a full cobalt... That's plate. I might have used all of it. Most likely I used all of it. Or alternatively, the remainder simply did not matter. There are so many loud noises, I am sick of it. I shall now sleep, and you shall now burn. Have a nice day. Aha! 2 Invar ingots. 2 cobalt brass ingots. Not enough. So. Zinc, 3 copper. So given the math, that'd be 2 zinc, 6 copper to get at least 7. Aluminum and cobalt we have plenty of. Zinc, zinc, zinc. Where am I hiding the zinc? Is it in here? No, that's tin. Is it back here? I thought this was nickel. It is nickel. Six copper. The zinc. Ah, sneaky. Making it difficult for me to perceive. For nickel in here. It's part of our advancements in technology. Now I simply need one cobalt and one aluminum, and we shall have plenty. Oh, wait, I need to macerate this. Thank you very much. Mix it up, please. That's the centrifuge, not the mixer. Uh-oh. I think it did actually start mixing it, or centrifuging it. Well, that should be fine. I can just make another. In fact, if I wait, I can simply make it out of the byproduct. You know, just ever so slightly unalloyed itself. Wild stuff. Here we are, copper and zinc back in possession. Put that back in the alloy smelter, then we'll go back and macerate it again. Funny times, funny times. At least I'm not strictly losing anything in this circular process. Oh, is there a particular setting we need? Yes, we need it on setting 1. Off it goes to be done in 45 seconds. Meanwhile, let's just secure the other material we need. Diamond dust. Oh my goodness, that's going to take 307 seconds. What have I done? Can I macerate diamond into diamond dust? Just real quick. No, you can't do it real quick because it takes 38.4 seconds. New plan. New plan. Wait, maybe I have diamond dust. I have small diamond dust. I'm going to take this water bucket that I have currently. I'm going to dump it into a cauldron. I am going to drop exactly 1 diamond dust in there, and I'm going to pick it back up. And now I have it. Meanwhile, we've got our 9 cobalt brass, and let's check the recipe. Advanced lathe, not what I'm looking for. We want advanced cutting. It is a gear, specifically. Easy enough. Fluid extractor, go! Regular gear mold, go! I don't know what to do with the rest of it. I'll leave it there. Assembling machine with just it and the dust. Go! Nice. Another diamond saw blade for us. So let's do a quick check on everything again. Because this is our, well, okay, we've got a lot of goals. But this is our first one. Medium voltage energy hatch. 2 of them. Now, I'm not particularly concerned about the quantity just yet, as I am the ability to make it. The voltage coils require a medium voltage assembler, and a medium voltage assembler is just really expensive. Like, not prohibitively so, it's just hyper tedious. This requires the medium voltage cutter, which we are currently working on. This requires a low voltage laser engraver, which I have, as well as any green lens, which I have. The wafer requires a low voltage cutting machine, which we have. And I'll go with water personally. The Buell requires a blast furnace with a small gallium arsenide crystal combined with 32 silicon solar grade dust. Medium voltage cupronickel heat. So that is within our power. The silicon solar grade is made by a complicated process using mostly hydrogen chloride on sodium. Or, sorry, silicon. We take raw silicon, which we have, combine it with chlorine to make silicon tetrachloride. Then we take silicon tetrachloride, combine it with sodium to make silicon solar grade and salt. The salt can then be electrolyzed back into chlorine and silicon. Sorry, chlorine and sodium. They both start with S. So, yeah, it requires sodium and chlorine, but it's a cyclic process. No actual salt is consumed in the process. It's more of a catalyst. So the process is chemical reactor into chemical reactor, and then electrolyze the salt. All right, so step 1, get salt. Well, we don't really need salt. We need chlorine, and I have a lot of chlorine. I also have a good deal of sodium. Just because I have a lot of salt, actually. Wait, I'm not even looking at the salt. Where's the salt? Ah, okay, there it is. Salt. So, given the rate, the rate is 1 raw silicon will make 1 silicon tetrachloride. The 1 silicon tetrachloride will make 1 silicon solar grade. So it's 8 salt. So 8 salt will move 1. Right, here's the sodium. I'll just use the sodium and chlorine I have on hand with the silicon. How much do I need? To make a buell, I need 32 and small gallium arsenide. Small gallium arsenide is just gallium arsenide, and gallium arsenide is simply autoclaved gallium arsenide. Or blast furnace gallium arsenide. That might even be better. It is. Gallium arsenide is simply... Actually, gallium arsenide is supposed to be a mix of gallium and arsenic, but I'm not seeing a recipe for it. Maybe it's made in tiny pile or small pile components? No. Gallium arsenic crystal. It's 4-chambered that. This is... Ah, okay. Yes, the gallium and arsenic by themselves combine to make the crystal. Yeesh. If you say so. Making... Wait, is this different than the thing I made for diode? No, this is the correct thing. Okay, so let's make one of these crystals. Here is gallium, a thing we have in small supply. Arsenic is something we have a bit easier access to simply because of cobalt. And red caps in the Twilight Forest. The gallium scares me. It's something harder to get. For the meantime, though, should be as easy as that. All right, in a minute we'll check in on that. Now for the solar grade. So we have 4 already, so we don't need to do those 4. 28 raw silicon into a chemical reactor with as much chlorine as we can dump. And we can dump some chlorine. Here, that's 48 chlorine. It's only going to be 32. Put it in. Now, what's the setting? Raw silicon in the chemical reactor to make silicon tetrachloride is... Ah! We want it on setting 2. There we are. So if we have 32 chlorine, we are going to want 32 sodium to work with. Because when we make the salt, it's going to be equal parts. This is going to be a fairly slow process, it seems like. I'm okay with that. We'll make it work. So we'll have all that in there. We'll swap the tetrachlorine over here, add the sodium, and run it into here. Then we'll have salt, we'll electrolyze it out, and then repeat the process all over again. This might be something worth automating, like having a proper production line to just cycle the salt through. But it's not really worth it until we're making a lot of things out of silicon. We're not there yet. Part of the reason I'm bothering going through this now instead of later is that I'm hoping that the acquisition of rewards from the quests on the way will help make it easier later. Like free gallium arsenide crystal. Fantastic. What else we get? Silicon wafer for more silicon, or aluminum, or a loot bag. Ultra low power IC, that's going to require the medium voltage cutting machine, but once we have it, we can... Alright, these are not very useful at all, actually. Yeah, we can't really rely on this. It's fine, though. Ah, you hear that? Me neither. It must be done. So put that in there, put it in here, add sodium. Now, what setting do we need for this darn thing? Setting 1. Oh, hold on. You can do it with zinc as well. Make zinc chloride instead of sodium chloride. Interesting, interesting. It seems slower, but might have some benefits in other parts. Hydrogen gas, trichosilonate. There are multiple ways to process this, I guess. Yeah, we have ours. Oh, wait, I do remember there were 2 quest lines for making it. 2 single block chemical reactors. You can make silicon solar grade in the first step, trichosilicate. So raw silicon hydrochloric acid. Make trichosilicate and then hydrogen cell. And then add hydrogen to make it, and then hydrochloric acid, which then cycles back here. Okay, okay. So with a bit of advanced chemistry, you can make something good. Something to keep in mind when we make a silicon solar gratifier, of which we now have 8. Now, I believe it is electrification. Yes. While that happens, we can contemplate the chemical reactor that we have so far. We did it last time with raw silicon and chlorine in the tank. But what if it was in the cell? If it's in the cell, we don't need to set the circuit condition, so we can keep it at 1. So we'll do that. Are there any extra silicon to be had? No. This is going to take a while, but that's nothing new. Maybe I should automate it just so I can have the luxury to focus on something else. Speaking of something else, maybe this is a good time for me to distract myself by checking on the ruby mine. I'm back. And it's not completely full. Good sign. A lot of ruby ore. Happy about that. Redstone, crushed redstone. Let's sort. We sorted. Lot of redstone. Some cinnabar. Crushed redstone to make even more redstone. Redstone ore to make even more redstone. Starting to think that maybe we can actually get a significant amount of ruby from the redstone ore. It's a lot, but maybe we can do it. Okay, what other benefits we got? Ashes, don't care. It's 17, 15 now. It is still mining, but I think very shortly it will run out. We'll be back to our old shenanigans. Moving out the mine. It may just be the case that I'm chaperoning the solar grade silicon production for the rest of this. But there's at least a little bit of free time in between, so maybe we can work on a different part. Because all the solar grade processing that we are doing is not going to matter unless we have the rest of the infrastructure. Let's make that cutting machine. Motor. Actually, let's make the medium voltage cutter and assembly machine. Assembler? Yes. The advanced assembler is going to be 2 of these, 3, 4. This is a problem because we only have 2 left. Well, we have 4 left. So we can build the assembly machine, but then we can't build the cutting machine. Which means, very inconveniently, we are going to have to... Wait! We have a spare robot arm. That means we have exactly 1 good electronic circuit we need to make. Does that actually make it easier, though? Good electronic circuit is made with the simple construction of 2 electronic circuits, some diodes, a good circuit board, and copper wire in molten tin or soldering alloy or lead, your choice. SMD diodes require gallium arsenide dust, but we can buy diodes from the diode store. And we have 16 already. Given this fact, I'm vote we simply make another. In fact, we've got the circuit boards. Let's make 2. Let's make 4. Okay, recap. 1, 2, 2, 2. So 8, 8. And we're not using the circuit assembler for anything else. We can use it for storage. Get in there. Finally, soldering alloy. I'll just use tin. We have enough of it. And 8 copper wire. Oh, it looks like I have plenty of soldering alloy after all. I'll use that. Oh, waiting on you, Wire. Go. Gotta wait all of 1 minute for all 4 of them. But that's fine. That is that entire problem solved. So, gathering the other components that will be needed. Conveyor module and the robot arm. That will save us some material making the assembler. Might also work on the cutting machine. What does the cutting machine need again? Conveyor and motor. So given that we only need 1 motor for the cutting machine, so let's build that first. Up in my inventory of nonsense in here. Gonna be a mess, but it's fine. And just like that, the good electronic circuits are done. Put those in here for now. So let's just start with the logical pieces. We are going to need 2 medium voltage hulls to start bending that aluminum. In order to build the parts, we are going to need more copper cable. We are allowed to purchase more. I need more polyethylene. I'm going to think 4 cells just based on the logic of the situation. Why did I pick 5? Wrong machine. It's molten, so remember to wear your hot gloves. Okay, put that in there, put that in that, put that in here. Okay, machine hole's done. The 1 glass can be used for the cutter. The conveyor is done, but we need an amount of motors. How many do we need? 1, already have this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot of motor. Okay, 8 motors. Motor construction is very simple. We've gone through this before. Keep it on the forefront. So 8 of these. 16 copper cable, which we barely have, and we'll need more of. 8 magnetized steel rods, which we can now use our fluid solidifier for maximum convenience. Let that run. We are going to need aluminum rods as well, but the solidifier is currently busy. Cooper nickel. We need more cooper nickel. And if we're making 8, that means we are going to need 32 double cable or double wire, which is 32 ingots. We have 20. We need 12 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alloy them together. Meanwhile, start on the wire milling to 2. Things are on its way. the steel rods are done. We can polarize them in our time. And now we need 16 aluminum rods. So that is 8 ingot to be melted and solidified into rods as well. Got the cables, don't need anything else. I think everything is in production. We'll need to move the new ingots over, I suppose. They are done. And as always, we await the Cooper nickel to be complete. I feel pretty good about this. Put the brass dust in here. Because it's a complicated advanced material. That's my logic, and I'm sticking to it. I think I'll start by building a single motor by itself, so that I can make the cutting machine while I'm waiting for everything else. Excellent. So, cutting machine. There's a glass, there's that, there's a motor, there's a conveyor belt. There is the saw blade. There is 2 good electronic circuits. What am I missing? Aha! 2 cable. That's going to put us behind the curve on copper cables we have to use. I'm also fairly confident these are in the wrong location. Was not paying attention. Staggered. There we are. Advanced cutting machine complete. Putting it there to show it off. Now, for the everything else. Almost. Seven. 1 copper cable short. It's a little awkward. I don't really want to rip apart our existing copper cables because they're going to be useful for wiring. I could make more, but I'm lazy. How much time? 13 minutes? Fine, I'll make more. Like, it's just assembling machines set to 24 with an arbitrary amount of rubber inside, and then I just make the copper cabling. Copper nickel's finally done, so swap that in for copper, make the motors. That is all but 1. We are a cable short, but we are about to no longer be a cable short. I am pleased to announce we are no longer a cable short. That's 7. So what do we need them for? The cutting machine is done. It's now just the advanced assembler. 2 good circuits, 2 conveyor modules, so that is going to be motor, rubber. Not sure if I have rubber remaining to easily use. I got rubber bar. I have 10. I'm too short. Can I just, like, flatten this out? I can. I'll do that. Thank you. And then these 3 extra cables will serve a very good purpose. That is the 2 conveyors. Check. Going to need... Oh, wait, am I going to need rubber rings? Am I being a fool about this? Check. It's just 1 robot arm. That is piston and 2 motors, cables, aluminum rods, etc. And piston is just a motor, aluminum stuff anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's illuminate. Make the full collection of things we need, starting with the piston. So for the piston, we need 2 rods. We are also going to need a small gear and 3 plates. We'll need more rods later, but for now, this is easy. Very good. Very good. Take all this. Move over here. 1, 2, 3. Need another cable. Did not make any more cables. One down. Leave the rest to make. Put that there. Put 1. Done. Piston, check. Next up is the remaining arm. That is motor, piston, circuit, wire, rods. Easy. The rod mold in there. Get the aluminum in here. It melts. It forms. I'm going to need to take 1 of the circuits I left behind. I'm back. Cable. Cable over here. Motor. Piston. Take that, clear that. There's our arm. Finally, we can build the ultimate machine. The assembly machine. I'm missing something. Of course. Yes! It's ours. That's a good machine. That is a good machine we have built. Did we get credit for the cutting machine? Cutting machine. Cut. Oh, okay. That's just the silicon wafer quest, and making the wafers is the accomplishment step. And it's not registering at all because we haven't even gotten there yet. That makes sense. Great. Well, we now have the machines we need. Let's start working on the materials to process. The gallium arsenide crystal is ours. We now want to separate it into... Ah, okay, we macerate it to make the dust. But we don't need the dust. We need... crystal. Got the crystal. Next up, back to tedium in the salt department. All right, looking good. All in all, I am proud of this. And let's expand our machine so we can use the new medium voltage machines we have. The assembler doesn't need anything special. The cutting machine will have to refuel with water. I'm just going to expand our 4x annealed copper cable, which means we need more 4x annealed copper cable. Copper cable is easy, though. It's 1, 2, put in a third for good measure. We do have to be a little careful. Copper cable copper cable does have voltage drop over distance. It's not a perfect conductor. So given the fluid solidifier is the center, I'm going to put 2 machines to the right and 1 to the left. Given their relative importance compared to each other, the chemical bath will go here. And the cutting machine assembler will go on this side. I can move all this around whenever I want. All right. Cable me up. And then another point of due vigilance would be to give them all batteries. This also means I'm going to be running into the inconvenience of only being able to use 1 at a time, but I don't use these machines often. They're not bulk processing yet. The assembling machine on the outside, cutting machine here, chemical bath here. Fill in the hole. Excellent. Feel good about this. Batteries, though. We would like some batteries. Batteries are not difficult. It's just polyethylene battery hull and some copper cable. We want a medium battery hull that is battery alloy plate, polyethylene cable. Battery alloy, I'm running out of. But it is lead and antimony, I believe. Yeah, 4 lead and antimony makes 5. But I have 12 to work with. 3 plates, 12 ingots. That will equal 4 batteries. Got the cable for it. Got the polyethylene somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Oh, I don't have the cables for this. I need 2 per. That's fine. I can deal with only 3 batteries. In fact, for the time being, I'll just build 2. Copper cable's back. So, medium battery hull, that's just into a canning machine with some sodium. I could use lithium, but I want to save the lithium. Sodium is absolutely cheap right now. These batteries aren't for major production purposes. They're just to act as an electrical buffer so that the machines don't stall. So sodium will do just fine. It's more of an early warning system than a actual power supply. Hey, the ash is done, mostly. Got a few spare. Probably keep the hopper there, just to... Well, I can put it directly into the machine. I'm not going to have so much bulk ash that I need to do something like that. Especially if I keep the centrifuge there. Checking around, trying to remember what I'm doing. Silicon tetrachloride is done. That means that we can move on to the sodium. Try not to mix up my sodium supply. Going good. Right, the batteries. That's what I'm doing. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. That's going to run the gas generator at about full power. Maybe even further beyond. It'd be 4 amps, probably. Which I think one gas generator can accommodate. Does it here? Does it here? Yeah. Hey, congratulations on actually using Excel's native. I didn't even have to tell anyone to use it. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. Have you... That picture has just been static rectangles for this whole time. Also, hello. Also, thank you for following. You've done a lot in the first minute of you existing here. Okay, so you see on the stream where your chat is appearing, all of those pixels are controlled by the channel redemption. So you've just scrambled them a little bit. So you're seeing like every time you redeem burst noise, a random pixel is set to a random color. If you want more control, you're going to have to use data inject, which costs more, but lets you draw stuff. Burst noise is more of the cheap griefing tool. Or if you just really want to just get some inspiration, put some paint to canvas. Good stuff. Thank you for using it, by the way. I programmed it myself. All right, salt's done here. Gonna electrolyze that once more. Batteries are charging. Neat. Meanwhile, I'm still sitting in medium voltage myself. I'm having a good time of it. Starting to make some actual dedicated machines for dedicated purposes. Free oxygen, free benzene, free polyethylene. I am becoming unstoppable. I will drown the world in plastic. I forgot what I was doing. Really? Okay, checklist. What am I doing right now? Working to get the energy hatch so I can make Canthal and so I can make solar grade ingots and all that other stuff with my electric blast furnace. In order to do that, I need to make a bunch of machines to make the medium voltage energy hatches. Needed the cutting machine for this. Needed the engraver for this. Regular cutting machine. Blast furnace. 32 silicon solar grade. Don't have 32 yet. We're moving on it. Two more cycles of the chlorine. That'll be done. Meanwhile, I still need to get more chrome for the Canthal. Let's check the ruby mine. Probably done by now. Ah, local hostile. How you doing? I'll leave you to your business. Be murdered. Thank you. Ooh, a lot of creepers out today. Bad engagement. Now I can't see them explode at me. Get out of here. Oh, you've got a lot of health. You don't even get a health bar. You just get numbers. Finally. And all I get for that was a single arrow. That was the most durable zombie I've ever seen. Wrong way again. You doing? How's the supply? We got a free diamond. Where did the diamond come from? All right, but that is basically all we're going to get from this mine. Still it. All right, time to reclaim all this. Just pick that up. Head back to base. Now, with our grand ruby supplies, we can get slightly more chrome. Yippee. Oh, I never put away the sandwich. All right, still in a general pattern until I get enough chlorine, enough solar silicon. I'm going to make my first fuel. And batteries appear to be fully charged. Excellent. I can now use these, or whatever. What are the things that you can only do with a medium voltage assembly machine? Conduit cores, player detection covers, cable, like the open computer cable specifically. Anything I'd want but could not get up to this point? Superbus. SMD diodes, I would have expected that to be a circuit assembler thing. But polyethylene, gallium arsenide, and fine platinum. I don't have platinum. Some better tank upgrades, some upgrade chips, solar panels of the advanced variety. Advanced semi-fluid generator, allowing me use of coal tar directly as a fuel. That's not even as good as benzene, and I can just process it. This is the thing you use when you have too much of a random liquid that you don't care about. Hazmat suit might be helpful. Eventually, I mean. Chunk loader coin. Tracker. Blaze transceiver. Ah, I could do some wireless stuff, yeah. Radioisotope thermoelectric generator. Compelling, honestly. Seems like it's a medium voltage thing. I could. Yeah, with just some advanced alloys. Who knows how hard that is to make? Ultra low voltage compressor, just iron, bronze. I could do that. I could totally do that. Carbon plate, I can make that. Dense lead. Dense lead requires a medium voltage bending machine. But, it's within scope. Might be on my way to The reactors. Wasn't expecting that. Great, chlorine should be done by now. We can do another cycle with the silicon. Beep, beep. Put the miner away. We're done drilling. Done with that. Good stuff, good stuff. Sodium. I gotta put away the battery sodium so that I don't get my ratios wrong. Good there, good there. And it is 32 solar grade. There's no getting around that, I imagine. So that's going to be 12 more. Then we can make the buell. And then we can make the wafer. And then we can make the ultra low power IC. And then the energy hatch is legal to make. Lubricant is going to take a little bit of effort. Actually, I can do that now. What's a good resource for making lubricant? Creosote oil, 25-to-8 ratio. Raw oil, 12-to-6 ratio. Fish oil, seed oil, 8-to-2. Honestly, I think the raw oil is the best chance we have. Where is my oil supply? I do not have much because I don't care for oil processing. And just to be safe, make sure we know what setting to put it on. 24. Yes. Getting 8 more buckets of oil is not going to be hard. So just dumping this 8 in to get as much lubricant as we can does not concern me. How much lubricant we'll be able to make plenty, probably the 2 medium voltage hatches we need. I'll then swap out the low voltage transformer for another gas generator and probably a battery buffer. 2-volt battery buffer at least, so probably a 4 battery medium voltage buffer. Put some batteries in that, plug it in, and we will have high voltage. Easy. Meanwhile, the next step in our solar grade is done. Get that running. All in all, I'm surprised in the progress that we were able to maintain. This is what I expected to do today, but I did not expect to actually be able to, given how many roadblocks we found on the way. Okay, only 4 more. It takes 2 at a time. That's why the numbers are weird. Yes. Okay, so this time around, we only need a half supply. So once that's done, we'll get the last of the 4 raw silicon into solar grade. We will have our first buell. We will cut it. We will engrave it. We will cut it again. By the time all that's done, we will have the lubricant. We will need an electric pump. I can build that easily. Another machine call, some coil. Let's do the coils. Magnetic steel and fine aluminum wire. Fine aluminum wire is simply wire milled at setting 3. So we need 16. We need 4 of them. So we need a stack of this, and a stack of this will be made through 8 ingot. We're actually kind of running out of aluminum. Meanwhile, steel, we need 2 rods magnetized, 1 for each coil, but we need 2 crafts of that because we are making 2 hatches. Solidify. Sorry, extract first, then solidify. Aluminum's done. Magnetize those. Assembler, right? Any particular setting I should care about? No, but it is a medium voltage assembler. So, not this assembler at all. Good thing I made that medium voltage one. It's almost as if this was the reason I made it. Setting 1. Lubricant's going good. I'm actually a little worried if we're going to reach 4 liters. Well, 4 kiloliters. I do have another 8 oil cells that I can use if needed. I will have to keep an eye on that. Coil's complete. Meanwhile, we need the machine hulls. That's going to be 16 each. And then another motor. We're going to swap the wire mill circuitry back to 1, just so that's default. And then we're at 3. We only need 1 more. It's going to be close. What was the ratio on this? 12-6. So if we get 8 oil, it'd be exactly 4 lubricant. Okay, so it will work out exactly. It looks close because it is exact. Wait, I don't think 8,000 is an exact multiple of this. Fortunately, we do have a spare 312 lubricant in case things go wrong. That molten glass back, I don't need it. Might need to get the plunger. Here we go. And just short. Well, that's fine. There's enough for it in here. Plunge that. Then we can simply put the lubricant in there, get a small cell to pick that up, and then pick this up for the remainder. And that's the 4 lubricant cells we need. Easy. Okay, so just to keep tabs on everything, we've gotten the coils. We've gotten the lubricant. We need the ICs, which we will simply get as a matter of time. I'm going to get some more copper circuits from the bank. Purchased. New cable there, just to confirm, just absolute pure avoidance of insanity here. It is machine hulls, yes. So I will take this and I will move it over here, and then I will put 4 cable in, and it will give me the hulls I desire. Very good. Put that there. Now we are simply missing the ICs and the 2 pumps. But I believe I've waited enough time. The final solar grade silicon processing line is about to go underway. Putting the chlorine, putting the raw silicon, go! So the pumps, I need 2 of them. What do I need for a pump aside from 2 motors? Steel, of course. Cooper nickel again. Nothing we haven't already done. It's just something that we have to do again. Magnetize these. Meanwhile, get more copper, more nickel. 4 will be sufficient for this process. I should probably make a bulk supply in advance. Eventually. It's hard for me to gauge what I need and what proportions, so I like to just have everything in their base form so that I know that I don't accidentally make a million of a thing I don't need and therefore deny myself the ability to make something else. While we wait for that, let us contemplate the other things we need. Pumps specifically. The rubber, the cable, the steel fluid pipe, that is going to be 3 steel each. The rubber rings I will need to make myself. But I can do that. Not even that hard, just bend some rubber bars into plates, take a knife to them, and you've got your rings. Yeah. Probably cheaper if I do it through fluid solidifying, but I don't want to go through the bother of making a ring mold right now. Because what, that's like aluminum brass? I don't got time for aluminum brass. One, two, three, four. 2 motors. Assembling machine, ready yourself. So, the 2 rubber rings, I have the 6 steel that I need to solidify into pipe. Put those 6 in there, get the normal pipe, put it in here. That's going to be pipe 1 and then pipe 2. Twitch is telling me that I've disconnected from chat. Did I miss anything in the past 5 minutes? You tell me, right? Here, put sodium. Solar grade is upon us. Okay, so it's those 2 pipes. I need the brass rotor and screw. How much brass do I have in reserve? None. Now I have brass in reserve. Easy as that. I do not need additional screws. I have 9. So I will simply put them in to begin with. And then 2 cable. Should just be the rotors now. This is overkill for rotors. It's fine, though. I can turn the rest into screws or whatever, and then when I have too many screws, I can just melt them down into more ingot. Yeah, rods will work. Put them in there. This is our silicon. Now it is the. Hold on, just to absolutely confirm. 32 silicon solar grade, 1 small gallium arsenide, setting 2. Makes a buell. 450 seconds at medium voltage. We are powering this thing with an entire benzene fueled medium voltage gas generator. We will not stall unless we run out of benzene. And I don't know if you know this, but we've got at least 128 kiloliters of benzene. So, for our purposes, 32, 1, 2, away we go. There's our 2 pumps. What are we missing for the hatch? Oh, the screws are not part of this. These go there, and then it'll just be the IC2s. Great! We are about to upgrade. That back in there. 7, 8. We should probably melt these down back into ingots for convenience. The fact that I can just do that is a convenience I'm very happy I've acquired. The medium voltage fluid extract solidify cycle is so convenient. Happy it's a part of my factory. Take this salt. I guess we just have more salt. Put it in the salt shaker. Has it been 450 seconds? No, of course it hasn't. Only been 100. Alrighty, now what? Am I missing anything? Any amount of prep work? This'll just be done. It'll be completed. We will be good to go. We will cut the wafer using our advanced cutting machine. The advanced cutting machine needs a liquid to process. I will use water because lubricant is a pain to make. Yeah, it costs more, but water is free. Especially since I was able to cheese this reservoir. Okay, check there. We cut the wafer. We get that. The ultra low power, the OPIC wafer is wafer and lens in the laser engraver at low voltage. Let's prepare the laser engraver. The laser engraver requires this. It requires... Put that there. Is there any sort of circuit condition I need to check? No, it's just wafer and emerald. Good. We'll get that, and for each one, we can cut it for 1/4 of our water to make the OPICs. The OPICs is used in heavy machinery as just some sort of weird extra input to make the high voltage transformer to get to extreme voltage. Very cool. Also made for the dynamo hatch. And the machine hull can also be used to make a wrap. Precise assemblers can make a micro heater. Extreme crafting can make the medium voltage solar panel. And it's a quest we're doing right now. Very good. Everything is ready. Our medium voltage energy hatch shall be created. "200 seconds remain. Slightly more than 3 minutes. Not marginally more, but not that much. Like, if you're rounding, it's to 2. But I mean, if you're rounding properly, it's more like 2.5. But You know, seconds already going by. It's probably already 2 left. Yeah, see? 2 minutes. Okay, we're going to have the medium voltage. I should probably prepare the power. In order to do this, we are going to need medium voltage battery buffer. This could be a problem. So, the basic idea of the electric blast furnace is that you need, to get to high voltage, you need 2 medium voltage hatches, which both input 2 amps. So, we need effectively the power of 4 power. Yeah, that's words. We need 4 medium voltage suppliers at 1 amp to get the 4 amps required to power the machine. This means we either need 4 gas generators with benzene medium voltage running constantly, which is probably the preferred solution for longevity, or we have less of those and cover the difference with battery buffers that can provide amps when we need them. It will need to be a battery buffer of at least 4 slots of batteries, but more is better. And there's no real reason to not just go all the way. What is it? It's just more copper? Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. We'd need 2 of them. 1 for each is my thinking. I mean, I guess technically we could use 1, but I want to circumvent the voltage drop. Or just just like the general implicit resistance of copper cables that doesn't exist for redstone alloy, by having it be battery buffer 2 amps, battery buffer 2 amps, gas generator, benzene. The problem is we have exhausted our entire aluminum supply doing this stunt. Like, there is none left. So as much as we can get the machine ready, well, I suppose we have a bit in here. We are starved dry on aluminum. We need more. And where am I going to get aluminum from? The aluminum store? I invented the aluminum store. I'm the supplier. I'm out. We've got like 28 aluminum in molten and like 1 in dust. Where am I going to get more aluminum? I had so much. I don't even remember where I got it all. It's been so long. I've been coasting on my aluminum supply for a while. Aluminum dust. Where am I getting aluminum dust? We can get it from aluminum ore, fluorescein ore, cryolite ore. But I feel like what I'm actually doing is like I'm electrolyzing it out of something. Cryolite, fluorescite, nitrochrome, hibonite, aluminum fluoride, ruby. Oh, that's funny. Funny, you want me to electrolyze ruby dust to get it? That's how I get my chrome. Wait, is it? Why isn't chrome listed here? Ruby dust. Oh, there's 2 types of ruby dust. That is terrifying. But wait, electrolyzing the chrome ruby dust will make alumina dust. And then the alumina plus some carbon means aluminum ingot for me. So that's an option. Backing up slightly. Yes, backing up completely. So I get the aluminum dust from what the heck? I get the aluminum dust from what the heck? Cryolite, nitrochrome, inhibitor, aluminum, ruby, sodalite. I think I remember using sodalite to get a lot of aluminum. And chlorine. Probably where I got my original supply. Oxide, aluminum nitrate, lazurite, zeolite, alumina. Yeah. Sodalite is probably where I'm getting it. How's my sodalite supply? Lazurite has a lot of aluminum in it. Okay, so we do have aluminum in supply. We just need to process it into aluminum. That's fine. I can do that. For the time being, I just need to convert. But actually, for the time being, I would like to gather the Bool. I am incredible. The Bool Lord has arrived. Now let's start wafering. So the first cut can be done with a basic cutting machine. This will get us 16 wafers and 4 silicon solar grade dust for free. Which means that, yeah, we're spending a lot, but we're getting some back in the process, so it'll help pay for future ones. Actually, very helpful. Now, I'm not going to go overboard on the ones we need. The wafers are generally useful. You can engrave them in different ways. There's our scoring. We only need enough ultra low power IC for 2 energy hatches, which means we need 4. So, how do we get 4? Well, cutting 1 Ulpic wafer gets us 6, so we only need 1 engraved wafer. And the engraved wafer... Oh, wait, hold on. We haven't gotten credit for our advanced cutting machine because doesn't realize we made it. There's our wafer credit. Put that water back in. Okay. So, wafer, check. Ulpic, to get 1. Engrave, emerald, single wafer, right now. Make it happen. Technology. There are many other things that we can engrave onto wafers to do things. I don't know what they are yet, but I am certain they will be of use to me. Like this ILC and RAM thing. Seems like it's how we make integrated circuits, which might be cheaper in material cost, not necessarily in effort. So they want us to make a medium voltage engraver. That's just a bunch of expensive stuff that I don't want to think about right now. which will give us the ILC engraving, which requires medium voltage, and random access memory with the Vanadium oxydravite lens, or green sapphire. Yeah, green sapphire seems like maybe it's the most likely option. Do I have green sapphire? Let's check the gem chest. Green sapphire. We have a flawed green sapphire. Yeah, we do have a green sapphire. I can probably lathe that into a lens, no problem. No, it lathes into a rod. Green sapphire lens is an exquisite green sapphire or a green sapphire plate. Okay. So I do not have enough green sapphire to do this. A little bit more, and I could probably make a plate and cut that and then lathe that, but no. Okay, so green sapphire is something we gotta look for. Ulpic wafer complete. Take half of that, bring it to our advanced cutter. And we wait another minute and a half. There we will have our 4 needed for that and our 4 needed for the hatch. And from there we will have high voltage electric blast furnace minus the ability to power it. Incredible. Right, back to gathering aluminum. Because once we have enough for 2 battery buffers, which is just 16 aluminum, we can build it. And we have 5 to begin with. So we only need 8 more pulls from the smeltery. I'm a little excited, all the advanced computer parts, and we're feeling really technologically advanced now. Yeah, in my opinion. We sure I don't have any spare aluminum around? Is this just the hubris? Oh, wait. I just thought of something. The reason we can't use aluminum dust in the electric blast furnace directly is because it requires high voltage. But we're about to have high voltage, which means this will be the last time we need to do the smeltery switch around. We can simply heat the dust directly. It's slow, but it's already slow. Then you can start thinking about crazy things like having 2 blast furnaces, one make aluminum and one to make anything else. The economies of scale are starting to kick in. It's how I'm able to make dedicated assembly lines at all right now. Oh, wait, I'm full. We're at what we need. Cool, great. Put that here. Setting 1, I believe. 11 raw aluminum. Go forth. Oxygen's already being supplied for free. And the Ulpic is done. Now what the heck? Why does it not think we've solved the lubricant quest? It thinks we haven't done the lubricant quest because we need 8 cells. Okay, well, I'm not gonna just deny myself that reward. Let's distill some more lubricant. Same trick as last time. We've got the little extra overflow of lubricant from this. I need to make a chest for advanced technological stuff. Should probably be this. Kind of getting full, honestly. The battery buffer. Well, I'm not sure. The positive of a battery buffer is that we'll be able to decide explicitly, like we'll be able to ensure that the voltage requirement is reached. In truth, though, well, let's run some math here. The blast furnace is smart enough to realize that it's not going to have a perfect ratio of all these things. So it doesn't use exactly medium voltage level of 512, is it? It uses like 480, which we can prove if we check the aluminum dust recipe real quick. Or just blast furnace recipes in general. Let's go to the highest high voltage recipe it has. It's 480. So that's not the full 512 that we'd expect from high voltage 4 amps. Or, sorry, high voltage 1 amp. Now, annealed copper cable has a loss per meter per ampere of 1 EU volt. Which, I'm not a trained electrician or electrical engineer or any field of dealing with actual voltages and stuff. I'm software man. Would suggest to me that we are losing 1 EU per meter traveled with amperage included. So if we're dealing with, grand total of 4 amps of medium voltage, that would be 4 EU volts per distance. Which means a battery buffer placed 1 distance away would be, starting at 512, it would go 510, 508. Like, does that work? Like, what I'm trying to say, without like exact numbers and me not exactly knowing how this is calculated, is that I think 1 battery buffer at 4 amps, even with this 1 EU volt drop off, is fine. Like, it's absolutely serviceable. So I am only going to make 1 battery buffer. I will make that battery buffer huge. A lot of stored power in it. But I won't make 2. We're going to need a lot of batteries to power this, so that's a lot of battery alloy, which is lead and antimony. I know I have a lot of lead. I've prepared a lot of lead. Antimony, sorry, I have two. I have two antimony. Antimony is stibnite. Stibnite ore. Do I have stibnite ore? I do. Like half a stack. Pretty good. So processing the stibnite, what are our options? I can turn stibnite into roasted antimony at a 1-to-1 rate. And then blast furnace it 2 to 3. So if we assume that the only thing we care about in the stibnite is the antimony, the best thing to do would be to roast it with oxygen and then roast it with carbon. I can do that. Anything else I care to do right now? Well, I have all the things I need, but I'm waiting for the lubricant to finish before I make the hatch, which is about halfway done. 75% done almost. This divided by 8,000, and then 1 minus that times 100% done. If you want to be exact about it. I'm going to interrupt the aluminum to do this whole stibnite business. Prepare some carbon dust. Oh, much faster. Wait, this is for the battery buffer. Do I need a hull or just the casing? Hard to tell for those low voltage use cases. It is the full hull. Good to know. Well, I think at this point we have... In a few seconds we'll have enough to do this anyway. So this will require the 4 lubricant cells I already have, plus 4 more cells of these small... Where are my cells? Pick that up, put it... over here arbitrarily. That's lubricant. Now we can make the casings, the hatch. And the Ulpix, if you would. I got an achievement for that, like a real one. Nice. All right, we can now swap out the energy hatches for our EBF at some point in the future. Okay, now we have the roasted antimony. We can put in 2 and... Yes, that's the ratio. That should get us 12 antimony, which should be plenty combined with our currently existing lead supply. Now you might be thinking that I have no lead at all, and you would be mistaken, for I have 10 lead, 16 lead, a lot of stacks of lead, which I would have appreciated the opportunity to clean in order to get the free silver out of it, but I'm not particularly beat up about it. So we'll take this lead, combine it with antimony, and we will make ourselves a bunch of battery alloys. Bunch of hulls. I'm thinking 9 or 16 is what I'm aiming for. It's going to depend on how much battery alloy we make out of this. Do I buy more copper cable? Yes, we can. So with this 15 and the 3 I have right now, that should make us 6 batteries, which is a good start. We will very easily be able to reach the 9. So I will build a 9 battery buffer. So 9 battery buffer in medium voltage is 8x copper wire, which is a little pricey. And it is 4 8x copper wire. So an 8x copper wire, that's 2, 4, 8. We need 4 of them. So that would be a solid 32. Oh, hold on. I might be mistaken. Is that only consumed 4? I am mistaken. It is only 12. Well, 16 copper ingots we need. Meanwhile, we want to make sure that we have 4x annealed copper cable. The annealed copper cable will be how we connect ourselves to the upgraded hatch blast furnace. Which means we need to take the rubber out of storage and put it into the assembly machine. Copper wire goes in here because it's the battery buffer. Put the chest there. Put the hatch there. Can't tell if I'm missing anything or if it's just a wrong order. Doesn't matter. The annealed copper wire is done. Put that in here. Set to 24. Processing. Okay, retrieve the rubber once more. My inventory is a mess. Ashes in there. Lubricant out of there. Plunge out the 8 oil because I don't care. Lubricant away. Solved. 27 batteries, 18 copper cable equals 9 medium battery holes. Ah, okay. It differentiates based on the cable, so I don't have to worry. Good. All right, now for that, I don't think lithium will be necessary. This is mostly an amperage thing. So I will use sodium in the canner. Until I make enough gas generators to power this thing dedicated, I will need to be careful how many things I build in the EBF. No, if I'm waiting, I may as well just put in some more aluminum. Get that sorted. Oh, I will have to move the... Well, no, I won't. That can just be the buffer. Buffer's in the ground, just terrestrially. Start moving the battery holes. Oh, I just got the battery hole quest somehow. This important? When did I... Oh, okay. Storing and transforming power. Cool. Yeah, I'll make medium sodium. Oh, once again, the reward for that, huh? Hydroelectric dam is solid steel machine casing, which is steel. Light concrete, which is... I have no idea. Oh, it's concrete. Light. Oh, it's wet concrete dried. And wet concrete is quartz, calcite, stone, and clay. Yeah, I remember wet concrete. Something I made before. You get light concrete, you make molten tin. There's an input and output hatch. And then the structure is... Let's look at that. Ah, of course, it's a giant brick. Ah, okay, this is where you use the turbines. I was wondering. Cool, interesting. We'll consider it in the future. Might be better than just giant tank of benzene. Possibly. A lot of options. Okay, what was I waiting on? Right, the batteries. Final battery. And them. Now about the battery buffer. I'm not going to... Well, I can make it yet. I can make it whenever I want. The 9 battery buffer that is the machine... Okay, it's just a 2x3 square. I overcomplicated it. There it is. Scanning's going well. Why do I have a spare sodium battery? Where'd this one come from? You... Ah, right, I broke you. Yeah, get the quest. You know what? Let's just get the quest for batteries right now. There it is. So with four batteries, I think I'm ready to begin the conversion process. So this is a 2-part system. Step 1, clear out anything that we want to save. We may lose this water, or this oxygen, so I'll just take some out real quick. Okay, step 1, cut the cables. Move in. This is our gas turbine. We want to add in the transformer there. We want our battery buffer to be the new block in that position. Very good. Two more batteries to go. I will not fill it in just yet. Next, we want to remove the energy hatches and replace them with medium voltage. That should activate. Yes, it is. Do we have any problems on the system? Negative on problems. Everything looks operational. And even the oxygen is still there. Great. Now I can turn that on with confidence. Now for the... Oh. Oh, did it run out of sodium? Is that it? I guess a lot of sodium goes into a medium battery. Yeah, 8 of it. Cool. Guess my grand collection of sodium is not so grand after all. May need to start electrolyzing salt. What is a good way of making sodium? Sodium dust, chemical reactor, sodium sulfate, irrelevant. Bunch of random materials. Centrifuge, all-night vanadium chromo, cryolite. Cryolite gives you a lot, huh? Dehydrator, centrifuge, electrolyzer, sodium oxide, salt, sodium sulfide, sodium carbonate, soda ash, rubellite, jade, borax, sodalite. Another good use of sodalite. Clay. Right. I remember. I was disassembling the local hardened clay biome to grind into clay dust to electrolyze into sodium and lithium and alumina and silicon. So I need to remember to resume that process. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Anyway, 9 batteries. Let's start charging them. Hello? Okay, you're running. You're charging your internal buffer first. Yeah, there we go. Boy, that's going to take a while. But full capacity looks like it's 1.8 million, which should be good for a certain number of purposes. Now we can wire in this. We are in. That's going to take a while. Understandable, I am only using a single gas generator when I should be using 4. Could I take another gas generator offline temporarily to expedite this process out of my own curiosity? This one, that one, maybe this one? I've got some extra power production around I could use. The responsible thing to do would just be to make more gas generators eventually, which I will do. But I also really want to see this work. My initial test will be turning aluminum dust straight into aluminum ingot. So what is the recipe for that? Mostly I'm checking the circuit setting. Let's see, 631,000 EU, usage 480 for 65.7 seconds at circuit setting 1. So I guess I wait until this is at... Well, it's almost there, actually. Wait a little bit longer and we can have our initial test. This is a big moment for, I guess, me. High voltage electric blast furnace. I'm going to validate its usage and prove that it actually is real. Wonder what I'll do with the energy hatches. Maybe make a low voltage blast furnace for steel production if this is overkill. We're at 565. I think we're above 75% of the way there. So the rest of the energy we need would be made while it's working. But I'll wait a little longer just to be sure. After all, there is that electrical. Does that voltage drop over a cable? I'm not even sure voltage drop is the correct term. It feels like the correct term. All right, 1/3 filled on all. 656 compared to the nominal 631. I think we are ready. Begin aluminum test in 3, 2, 1. What? Recipe needs more heat to start. Required Canthal. You know what? You are so correct, huh? Okay, in that case, I'm going to need to do a different test. Okay, let's just scroll through high voltage, see if there's anything we dare to try. Looking for something of copper nickel temperature. Thorium, don't have. Sodium aluminate, don't have. Uh-huh. Ceramoxate, tungstic, aluminum hydroxide, gypsum. I have quicklime, but it needs Canthal. I could make Canthal itself. Iron, aluminum, chrome. Easy to get. In fact, I have it. And you know, I do need Canthal. Like, that's part of my mission. So, mix it up. Let me guess. Yep, medium voltage. Not actually a problem. I have a medium voltage mixer somewhere. I know I do. I built it. Yes, there it is. Let's just very haphazardly plug it in down here. Come on, please. What am I missing? Ah, of course. Circuit setting 1. There we go. All right, 3 Canthal dust. Canthal dust will put the blast furnace. 432,000 on setting 1. We can 432,000 on setting 11 to use the oxygen to help speed up the process, and I will do that. We have oxygen. That means we want this at 12. It's at 12. 11. All right. Canthal test in 3, 2, 1. Operational using 480 EU per tick. This is outputting between 487 and 520. It is matching pace. The batteries will go down, but that is known. We do not have the power production to keep match, but the batteries have the supply. All right. So 487 to 520. I assume 487 is more of a proper multiple, and it's just sort of incrementing haphazardly between the two voltages. Technically, 520 is 5 volts, but the voltage drop means I think it's okay. It's not currently on fire. Even dropped the 455 a little bit. The blast furnace is running. I think one's already done. One is already done. All right, we got to see if this whole thing goes through. Power is dropping rapidly. I'm a little concerned. I think we're at like, what, 1.3 million, so to speak. It's going. I think we'll make it. Just fractions involved. 2 Canthal. Come on. 25 seconds. Oh, those batteries are dropping. Wait, it seems like in a single individual battery is dropping at a rate of about 1,000 per second. So that implies we would have 43 seconds left, but we only have 25 seconds remaining. So I think we're good. 3, 2, 1. That is 3 Canthal. Hot off the presses. It is burning me. But in theory, we could bring it over to our chemical bath. Put the battery in the right slot. Thank you very much. Then take the liquid. Oh, actually, this whole thing can hold. And cool it off. I'm just going to take all the cooling out. I don't expect to use the chemical bath for anything other than cooling things down for the time being. Look at it go. Kind of slow, but you know, it's working. "20 seconds and we will have cold Canthal." I'm not gonna waste time just waiting for all 3 of it. One will prove the point. We have invented Canthal. It wants 16th for the quest, but we only have 3. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, we could turn the silicon into... No, we need Canthal coils. Fine, fine. That is a Canthal ingot. Fantastic. We have gained entire new avenues of technological advancement. Our EBF now is on high voltage. Can't do much with that because it still needs Canthal coils, but it's still pretty good. We can get Canthal now. We are manufacturing it as we speak. So very soon we will have a full high voltage power level Canthal coil blast furnace to make a bunch of cool things and make the old cool things even faster. Oh, that was a very productive 3 hours. Kind of surprised about that. I think streaming Greg Tech solo makes me more productive, but I think streaming Greg Tech with people is more entertaining. So look forward to that. I've convinced Quint to show up more often than never. And that'll happen in the future. I'm going to stop running around like a goof and just sort of stare blankly in this direction, which is vaguely how we started this stream in the first place. All right, I'm gonna go. This was a good time. I'm Exception. This isn't TV. Have a good day and good night.